Lynn Whitbeck, the Strategic Sales Queen and Managing Director of eWomen Network, Greater Seattle. And I am super excited that I get to introduce you to one of the amazing women in our community, and that is Bina Coleman of Silver Age Care. And Bina helps families across Washington make confident, informed choices with local insight, compassion, and clarity. And I'm going to save the good stuff so that you can find out because I want you to hear about Bina and her work and her story. So, Bina, welcome. I'm so glad we're doing this today.
I know, Lynn. Thank you for having me. It's so awesome. It's been wonderful to get to know you and eWomen Network, the chapter, and all the women in it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's a great group, isn't it?
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about the story behind your business, how the work that you do today, how you got involved in this.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a great question and it's very personal in a very open way. I tell people about it. My dad died about 8 years ago, but before that, he was diagnosed with very early onset dementia in his 50s. And I was out of the house, my brother was out of the house, my mom became his full-time caregiver, and it was a lot. It's a lot. And I say this to no matter who the caregiver is, the family caregiver, it's just a lot. So at some point, we decided as a family, my mom, my brother, and I, that we were going to look for a community, a memory care community for him. And the experience was wonderful, truly, truly wonderful. And I decided not only was this experience so wonderful, but a little backup on the story. I actually have a degree in gerontology, so I have always been working in this industry with the elderly. They're usually older than my dad, unfortunately, but when it came time for him, it was, I think, an easier decision because I have this degree and work with families. So I wasn't doing placement at the time. So when we placed my dad, and it was such a wonderful experience, and he was at the community we chose for 2.5 years, and he passed there, I just said, this is what I want to be doing. I want to be able to help families to give them what we got in this experience because it really just made a huge difference. It gave my mom her life back. It allowed my dad to have his independence. We were not we were able to visit when we could. We were able to take him out. There was just so many positives to placing him.
That's wonderful. And it sounds like that was the inspiration for you to sort of switch gears and start doing what you're doing.
Yep,
That's amazing.
absolutely.
So, I mean, you described your situation with your family, but what are families usually struggling with when they first come to you? What's going on?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think a lot of people, when they come to me at first, are struggling with knowing what to do. Knowing, is this the right time? They are obviously ready because they came to me. They have some questions, but they know that, mom, dad, whoever the elderly loved one is just not safe anymore at home, and that's the biggest concern. Are they a fall risk? Are they forgetting to take their medicine? Are bills not getting paid? So there's a lot that goes into this, and it's up to those, usually adult children or other people in the family, to say, my elderly loved one isn't safe at home. I feel very stressed. I have my own life. I would like to see what our options are.
Yeah. So, you know, and that's, I mean, I know that with my own mom, concerns about the fall, and the thing with the bills, it's like,
Yeah.
I literally have put together this thing to make sure that everything is getting paid every month. And, but for the people who start working with you, what changes with them after they've begun this process? And what are the outcomes or results that they're able to experience?
It's it can be life changing, truthfully, and that's what I like most about it because, like I said earlier, I saw it with my own family how life changing it is. So when I can see it with my clients, it gives people just peace of mind. It allows them to breathe again. They know that the place that they've chosen is a safe, secure place that will be able to handle the care needs that they need for their elderly loved one. Every situation is going to be different, so that's why care assessments are done and taken at each place, no matter how large the community or how small the adult family home. A care assessment will be done to determine, is this going to be the correct place for your loved one? Is this going to be where they will be not only happy and comfortable, but safe, secure, and taken care of? And so it just brings other people in the family peace of mind, happiness. I'm trying to think what else. A sense that they can live life again.
Yeah. Well, huge stress relief.
Yeah.
And also for their family members that they're in a really great place.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I know you shared the story with your own experience with your father, and it really, I'd love to hear another story or an example of your work in action, and of course not sharing anything confidential,
Yeah.
anything like that, but I think it would be a really good for our audience to hear like another example of how this works.
Yeah. Actually, a great example is a woman who actually got placed today. She got admitted today into, as she put it, her dream community. She doesn't have any children, so she's an older woman. I got referred to her by someone that I know who knows her, and she was in a rehab. And upon discharge, which was coming up, she needed to be placed. She couldn't return home. It wasn't safe to return home. And she knew she had this dream community. And we worked so hard to make sure that she could get the one bedroom she wanted, that she could be in it. She knew people in it. It sounds a lot easier than it was. There's other factors that went into it. But in this case, her knowing what community she wanted to go in was so great. That is not the case for the other 99% of them, but it was just such a wonderful ending to this because she doesn't have a lot of family. This is where she's going to feel happy. This is where her friends are actually. And so for her to leave a rehab, not be able to return home, and not have anyone else like family, this was a very good solution to a happy ending.
Yeah. Well, her friends are her family.
Absolutely. And it was very important we got her into this place. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And I mean, I mean, obviously with that transition from coming out of rehab, I mean, that's one thing that's definitely, I would think that's not uncommon, that situation, because, or they are having to make so many modifications or something else to where they were living before.
Absolutely. And it really comes down, like you said, the modifications. Do we want to put the grab bars in? Do we want to do this? Do we want to put a ramp in? Sometimes it is easier just not to return home and to go to an assisted living where all the measures are already put in place.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And how you look and assess and evaluate every situation is unique.
Yeah.
It's not a cookie cutter.
Oh my gosh, not at all. And like I said, this case was very rare that she knew because every single other case, they don't know. They may have a general like location, and then we kind of branch out from there. But yeah, it's always going to be that same safe and secure result.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And one of the things that's unique also about your business is not only you're a businesswoman doing, working at Silver Age Care, but they're also owned by a women-owned business.
It
And
is.
so I'm really curious I recognize you're not the business owner, but you are, um, in sales or in the area of service,
Hmm.
right, of the people that you're working with. What's one growth lesson that you've learned that you feel that other women entrepreneurs could benefit from, either the business owners or women like you who are serving their community and their clients?
Yeah, that's a great question because it is amazing to work for a woman. She's been in business 19 years. I think that being able to trust each other or count on each other is probably something that I enjoy the most about working with her. Knowing that, and I would hope this for all women, knowing that if I had a question or a favor, or I was I needed something, it's an easy phone call away to make sure that um, it gets done or that I get the advice I need. Um, and I think in this industry too, with the caring service, it's really nice because we're able to really hone down on that part of our personality, the really wanting to nurture. We're both moms of the kids the exact same age, actually. So we have a lot in common in that way. So it is really nice to have that woman leadership.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I think that the most important thing is having that collaborative ability, the ability to be able to ask the right, ask questions, and get the support that you need. It's so important to be able to grow your aspect of the business in your role. And I'd love to hear, because I know that, networking has played a role in that for you and growing your clientele and the business for Silver Age. How specifically has eWomen Network and the Greater Seattle chapter community supported you specifically in your business journey?
Yeah, it's a great question. eWomen Network has brought so many other women into my life, I guess. And it's the connections. So there are a few other people in the chapter or within eWomen Network that do what I do. However, it's being able to work with so many different women in so many different fields, not only because I truly feel that everybody, no matter what they do, has someone who's older that they can refer to me and I would help just like any friend. But I'm also able to collaborate with some other women who happen to be part of my industry or my field. And that's what I really enjoy, really being able to say, how can we work together to spread the word of what we do to more people, to let them know, hey, we're out here. I work with this person, I work with that person, and really just make sure every family gets the resources that they need.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that it's so important being in the right business community and how that can support you and your businesses, and not just for everyone, but also specifically for women entrepreneurs. That sense of community, for me, it makes a big impact.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? How does being in the right business community, how has that helped you, served you in your business growth?
I think that what it does is gives you that confidence that you can do what you love doing, feel safe, asking the tough questions, feel safe, approaching other women with, like I said, the questions or the advice or the mentorship that you need. It's a way for you to feel safe and comfortable in a group of women that you may never have met before. So it's a really nice network, to use eWomen network of women to be able to kind of lean on and hopefully be able to give it back as well. Like I'd like for people to feel like they can lean on me as well, but it's nice to know I have that to lean on, to count on, and that I really just want to be there for everyone. Like I feel like I have been taken care of so far within the community.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to have such a diverse group and different people that you can just like, well, hey, have you ever encountered this? Or even people that, are in adjacent or et cetera. It's like, what's your take on this situation? So, and get that, it's that advice, that mentorship. It's like, oh yeah, I've been there, done that. This is how I handled it.
Exactly. Like, oh yeah, this is what I did. Like, yeah, that's great.
So, and I know you were sharing, specifically, you talked about a specific connection and collaboration, but I'd love to have you share another connection or collaboration or referral or, power partner or something else, that resource that has come out of eWomen Network that's really been supportive for you.
Yeah, there is a woman, I don't know how much information, well, she owns a company where it helps kind of get all your paperwork in order. And what I mean by that is your like advanced directives, stuff that I work with. So your advanced directives, your power of attorneys, I'm really just making sure that she's not an attorney, but once you meet with an attorney, how is this information accessible? Do the correct people know how to get a hold of how to get a hold of this paperwork in case of emergency? And since we're both kind of going after the same people, it's been really nice. We've had a lot of one-on-one meetings. We are in the midst of working to create a like an education class that we would love to present at different libraries or senior centers all around King County. So that's just one example. I also really love working with the financial planners in the group. You don't see too many women financial planners, so I love supporting them. And then B, we're a really great power partner for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. I think that, being in the right room, where the people who show up are there to be collaborative, to be supportive, to grow together, is so important. And, we've got our next event is literally right around the corner with it happening tomorrow, July 9th, Thursday, July 9th. So if you're watching this live, we have our luncheon. And we're having a phenomenal speaker, Susie Pruden, who's flown in from Los Angeles. I mean, she's been on Oprah and Good Morning America, New York Times, all the things. And she's going to be giving us some great tips, on visibility for our businesses. And just all the different connections that we get to make and get to know everyone better at every luncheon. But who do you think would really benefit from being in the room and joining us and joining the community?
So selfishly, I would like to say all women. I really believe that every woman would benefit from this. Kind of what you just said, it's really growing those relationships, whether it be at these luncheons or the other meetings that you have, that we kind of just do a mastermind and really kind of get questions answered. A lot of it is business related. So obviously, yes, it would help if they were like me, not a business owner, but responsible for their own leads, or a business owner. And I really think that it can be anybody in any line of business. And I don't know if I'm thinking too broad, but I really believe that every woman who has a service to sell or just wants to grow personally within their own confidence can learn so much from every meeting that you put on. And I really believe that it's just nice to be with like-minded women, and it's a great way to come together.
Yeah. No, one of the things is that you can get support from the other people. You can make these great connections, but we also become friends.
Yeah.
And it's that. And I also love the peer-to-peer masterminds and that we do, because you learn so much from other people's questions. This is the one thing I'm working on and I need help with it. It is a true peer-to-peer mastermind that you get all these different ideas. And so I think that I personally love them myself. And
they're my favorite, actually, the peer-to-peer. I get so bummed if I can't make it, because I know you offer 2 a month now. I get so much out of each one. I agree with you, Lynn, so much on that.
Yeah. And one of the great things about within the eWomen Network community is you're a member of all of eWomen, not just the local Seattle chapter. So that means that you can, like I do normally 2 online SBIs a month, that I attend, because once again, I'm working on things in my business. So I bring it to the table like, okay, I'm doing this, I'd love to get some feedback on it. Yep. Does this make sense? Does this sound right? Is it, is there something missing?
Yes. And that's what you get at every SBI. And I find them to be so powerful. I really, really, really do.
Yeah. A strategic business introduction is the SBI. That's our acronym. And so I did drop in the link for the luncheon tomorrow, but if you're interested in SBI, just reach out. We actually only have 1 seat available for the July SBI.
Incredible.
They normally always sell out every month. And so, but Bina, thank you so much. I mean, you've just been such a joy to be around, and what you do and how you help and serve others. I'd love to have you share with people how they can connect with you and learn more about your services. And maybe if they're wondering, is this the time that we start the conversation?
Yeah, thank you. I would love to speak to anyone. I always say, even if you think it's a silly question, it's not too early to start wondering about this kind of stuff for your aging loved ones. You can reach me. So it's Bina at silveragecare.com, or go to our website, silveragecare.com. And I'm very reachable. So feel free to reach out.
Yeah, and I dropped in your website URL in the chat with your name so everyone can reach out.
Thank you.
And Bina, thank you so much for doing this with me today. And I'm so happy that we were able to learn more about you and your backstory of how you got to where you are now, and about Silver Age.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn, and thank you for all you do with our eWomen Network chapter.
Well, bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Okay, I keep hitting stop.